When with her delights he was fully sated, he turned his gaze to his herd. The gazelles saw Indiku, they started to run. The beast of the wild, the beast of the field, shield away from his presence. Endiku had defiled his body so pure, his legs stood, though his herd was in motion. Endiku was weakened, could not run as before, but now he had reason and wide understanding. That's crazy. Now, it says that Indiku knew not of people nor country. So he didn't know anybody. And the first person that he lays eye on, the first person that he comes in contact with, the first person that he communicates with is with Shamat. Shamat was a harlot prostitute. Simple. So she did the work of a woman to the man, dog. Subdue him. It said he was a wreck for 6 days and 7 nights. You feel me? A big old creature like that. Right? So I don't understand that too much, but it seems like to me that she must have been a big enough being herself. It has to be because physically, I don't see how that would have worked, because if he was that big, I'm pretty sure his John was definitely taller than her. So I don't understand how that worked technically. So she must have been of size. She must have been of size at a certain size, you know, at least big enough. Probably not as nearly as big, but at least big enough. You know, I don't know how big she was, but she must have been, you feel me? Because it couldn't have worked any other way. He didn't know anybody else. He was just acting in nature. That's who he got. He was acting in nature. It wasn't even like he did anything wrong. He couldn't help it. Right? It was the first person he saw, and that's how she presented herself to him. And that's what happened for 6 days, 7 nights. And after that, the herd didn't recognize him. But now he had reason and wide understanding, which is crazy. He came back and sat at the feet of the harlot, watching the harlot, observing her features. Then to the harlot's words, he listened intently as Shamat talked to him, to Indiku. You are handsome, Indiku. You are just like a god. Why with the beast do you wander the wild? Come, I will take you to Uruk the sheepfold, to the sacred temple, home of Anu and Ishtar, where Gilgamesh is perfect in strength, like a wild bull lording it over the menfolk. So she spoke to him, and her words found favor. He knew by instinct he should seek a friend. So Endiku to the harlot, come, Shamat, take me along to the sacred temple, holy home of Anu and Ishtar, where Gilgamesh is perfect in strength, like a wild bull lording it over the menfolk. I will challenge him, for my strength is mighty. I will vaunt myself in Uruk, saying, I am the mightiest. There I shall change the way things are ordered. One born in the wild is mighty. Strength he possesses. So this is Shamat now responding to him. Let the people see your face that exists, I know indeed. Go to Indiku. Go, Indiku, to Uruk the sheepfold, where young men are girt with waistbands. Basically, workers, men who wear belts. Every day in Uruk there is a festival. The drums are wrapped out of the beat. Oh my goodness. Every day in Uruk there is a festival. The drums there rap out the beat. And there are harlots, most comely of figure. graced with charm and full of delights. Even the aged they rouse from their beds. O Indiku, as yet so ignorant of life, I will show you Gilgamesh, a man happy and carefree. Look at him, regard his features. He is fair in mankind, dignified in bearing, graced with charm his whole person. He has a strength more mighty than others. Unsleeping he is by day and by night. O Indiku, cast aside your sinful thoughts. Gilgamesh is whom divine Shamash loves. The god Anu, Enlil, and E have broadened his wisdom. It says the gods Anu, Enlil, and E. E is Enki, but they pronounced the EA. And I found out later on that EA is Enki. So you have Enlil, you got Enki, and you have Anu. So these three are men. These three are men. So you have Anu, which was, he's the sky god. Okay, well, whatever. Right? He come from the sky, right? So you have the gods Anu, Enlil, and Enki, and E. So in that order, I'm guessing is the different ranks. Right? They're all gods. Before you even came from the uplands, Gilgamesh in Uruk was seeing you in dreams. Gilgamesh rose to relate a dream, saying to his mother, "O mother, this is the dream I had in the night. The stars of the heavens appeared above me. Like a rock from the sky, one fell down before me. I lifted it up, but it weighed too much for me. I tried to roll it, but I could not dislodge it. The land of Uruk was standing around it. The land was gathered about it. A crown was milling about before it. A crown was milling about before it. The menfolk were thronging around it. Like a baby in arms, they were kissing its feet. Like a wife, I loved it, caressed and embraced it. I lifted it up, set it down at your feet, and you, O mother, made it my equal." The mother of Gilgamesh was clever and wise, well versed in everything. She said to her son, "Wild cow Ninsun was clever and wise." Oh. Wild cow Ninsun was clever and wise, well versed in everything. She said to Gilgamesh, "The stars of heaven appeared above you. Like a rock from the sky, one fell before you. You lifted it up, but it weighed too much for you. You tried to roll it, but you could not dislodge it. You lifted it up, set it down at my feet, and I, Ninsun, I made it your equal. Like a wife, you loved it, caressed it, and embraced it. A mighty comrade will come to you and be his friend's savior. Mightiest in the land, strength he possesses. His strength is as mighty as a rock from the sky. Like a wife, you'll love him, caress and embrace him. He will be mighty and often will save you." So I read this part, right? Like I'm trying to break this down because I'm reading and I'm just like, yo, some of this stuff kinda and don't make sense, but it do make sense, but it don't make sense. I'm gonna show you what happened.